Hi guys, welcome to Whiskey Web Wednesday. I'm Leon, I'm your host, and today I'm going to introduce you to the half and half. Now this is an old Scottish tradition that we usually do at least once a week, I would say. For many Scots probably more like every night or more frequently. But the half and half is like when you go to a pub, you don't just order one drink at a time, you order two. And then you get the best of both worlds. You get the beer and the whiskey together. So you get the best of barley in beer form, you get the best of barley in whiskey form. And typically a half and half would be like a half pint and then a wee measure of whiskey. And a wee measure of whiskey in Scotland is 25 ml, or just less than an ounce, or 35 ml if you're in one of the slightly better whiskey bars. And the reason why I thought of the half and half this week is because I was just in Cumberland Museum here in Vancouver Island, and in the exhibit there was this wonderful local beer called Lucky Lager, and it was actually in the glass box along with all the other artifacts from the region. And I just thought it was like one of those moments where you realise it is part of the culture, you know, the beer, and it should be celebrated. And we should celebrate whiskey, beer, and all the things associated with it, like the half and half tradition that we have in Scotland. So this is Lucky Lager here in the white can. This is the regular Lucky Lager. What I prefer is Lucky Lager in the black can, and this is Lucky Extra. And the reason why it's called Extra is because it's 6% alcohol instead of 5% alcohol. And I've got no idea why anyone buys the white can stuff, because it's exactly the same price. So this one here is like drinking 46% non-chill filtered natural colour whiskey. If you drink the white can Lucky, the 5% one, it does taste a bit more watered down. So this is better flavour, better texture. So on the beer side, we're going to celebrate Lucky Lager. Yum! It's fresh, it's cold, it's quite a light beer in terms of the flavour profile. It's not going to dominate your whiskey, and this is what you're looking for in a half and half. You're looking for a beer that doesn't challenge the whiskey too much. You know, if you had like a really hoppy IPA, I think that would dominate your whiskey. For the whiskey, I thought I'd try a bit of Glenfarclas 17-year-old. This is a fine Speyside malt. As you may have heard already, Glenfarclas is a family-owned distillery. It's been in the same family since 1836 when it was established, and it's the Grant family, so it's all like John and George Grant through the years. Great wee distillery right there up in the Highlands of Scotland. Actually, I think we'll call that a bottle kill. 43% alcohol, 17 years, and all are also sherry butts are probably in the maturation here. Beautiful dried fruits, caramel, a bit of vanilla and toffee, a bit of macadamia nut. Now if we go from the Lucky to the Glenfarclas, we've got the perfect half and half. I usually hold the whiskey in my right hand and the beer in my left, because I think you need a bit more dexterity when you're drinking whiskey, because you have to get it round your nose, you have to try different angles. With beer it's more you know, you're not going to nose a beer so much. So that's why go with the whiskey in your stronger hand when you're doing a half and half, and the beer in the weaker. So reverse this if you're left-handed, essentially. And don't forget, whiskey is essentially distilled beer. So you're starting off with beer and you're ending up with this after you've distilled the beer and matured it for several years in oak casks. So this is why the half and half works. So let me know your favourite half and half combinations. Could be any beer, any whiskey. Just be great to hear what your thoughts are. All the best next time you're at the pub, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.